There's a mystery afoot. Gonna have to get the mystery machine and the gang together to go find out if it was old man Jenkins down at the fucking mill. But yeah, we've got a mystery on our hands. There's a puzzle that needs to be solved. Who is ass mad enough? Who is so platinum mad on the internet that they want to make me go extinct? They're just gonna take me down a peg. Well, this all started with Twitter, which isn't surprising because Twitter is the platform where if you sneeze at somebody the wrong way, you're going to be banned for harassment. And lo and behold, my Twitter account is suspended. Not too out of the ordinary. Not too suspicious, I suppose. But things really started to pick up when after the Twitter ban, all of a sudden, YouTube goes down. Late last night, my YouTube channel was terminated. I had received 2 strikes. Now, I had received 1 strike. That would make number 2. And the account was completely terminated. Now, what was really bizarre about this was the second strike isn't what gets your channel terminated. Usually on YouTube, you have a 3 strikes and you're out policy. For whatever reason, I got 2 strikes, channel gets taken down. Even more than that, trying to get into the account to file an appeal, I couldn't do it. So I was locked out of the account. It was completely shut down. All because I had made a video, or what I suspect was the video about a shooter that couldn't handle losing at video games. The flag that I had received for that video was for spam and deceptive practices. And yet the message I received, this account has been terminated due to multiple or severe violations of YouTube's policy, prohibiting content designed to harass, bully, or threaten. I made fun of a pussy that couldn't handle losing in a video game. How dare I make fun of a mass murderer? Oh, his poor feelings. How will he ever recover? Oh wait, he's dead. I don't think he's very much bothered by my video critiquing his bullshit. He's in the ground. He's a little bit cold. He's 6 feet under. But the account got taken down. Even more than that, I'd say within about 20 minutes of that, the Facebook that I use, I got locked out of it. I'm locked out of it for 3 days. So all in 1 day span, Twitter goes down, YouTube goes down, Facebook gets locked. Account after account after account, just getting pinged. So somebody out there is giving it their best go at removing me from the internet, but who could be behind this mystery? That's what we're going to try to puzzle out today. I've got a list of suspects. Now, there are a lot of communities that I've interacted with over the years, a lot of videos that I've made taking cracks at people. But here's what I can tell you. It wasn't DeviantArt. I made 10, 11 videos making fun of DeviantArt. All the different communities on DeviantArt. Never got my accounts flagged down. So as spastic as those people are, they didn't do it. I made a bunch of videos about Tumblr. Never got my accounts targeted like this. They didn't do it. It's very bizarre when you look at it because all these communities you would think would be the ones that would do something like that didn't do it. We'll start going through who might have done it in our little game of Clue to figure out who's angry enough to do something like this, because there is anger behind the motivation. So the channel gets pulled down, it gets the strikes, Facebook gets locked, Twitter gets pulled, and then last night on the kill stream, Keemstar happened to be in the audience watching it. He watches Ralph a lot, and heard about what was going on and said that he was going to contact somebody at YouTube and have them look into it. This is like at midnight. Right? This is like 1 in the morning or something like that. Well, I don't know who he talked to, but within 3 hours, the account was back up and operational and the strikes were removed. So whoever he talked to took a look at the videos and, it came to the conclusion, which I think is the right conclusion, that they're not violating anything. The videos aren't a violation of the terms of service of the platform. It's very bizarre what happened, but I just want to throw that out there. Thank you, Keemstar, for getting my account unfucked. It was very kind of you. So the first on the list, our suspect number 1, the furry fandom. Now, I had put out a video called CyberYif77 making fun of the people that were getting hypersensitive, getting very, very upset about a joke that the developers had made. It was a very basic joke. It wasn't really that offensive. It was, did you assume our gender? Meant in jest. It was a playful little jab with somebody that was making a little joke of their own. So you've got, a rare select amount of them that will do this. And they're just joking back and forth with somebody that's tweeting at them. And these people get very upset. Now, who are these people? A majority of them were furry otherkin. You could go to their profile, you could see the he, she, they, them, their, it pronouns listed. I swear to God, one of them had headmates listed and had like a link to a fundraiser to raise money for the rent for their headmates. I don't know how that works, but they found a way to pull it off. Yeah, I'd said in the video, and I stand by it, that the more easily offended somebody is at a banal joke on the internet, the more likely their bio on social media is full of batshit crazy stuff. And that pretty much held true to the people getting offended by the tweet put out by the Cyberpunk developers. That, again, in a large part was people in the furry fandom. The other portion of that would be Reset Era. Now, Reset Era, they had a thread about this. I want you to take, this is a picture of the captured bans that happened on Reset Era in relation to the Cyberpunk devs and their statement. Here's the ban list. Users permanently banned for downplaying transphobia, conflating bigotry with dissent, transphobic trolling, equating rules against bigotry with book burnings, downplaying concerns of LGBT people, downplaying transphobic rhetoric, inflammatory drive-by, dismissing the harm transphobic behavior, downplaying transphobia, history of dismissive drive-by posts, dismissing minority concerns, downplaying transphobia, victim blaming, trolling, peddling disinformation, transphobic trolling again, using terminology meant to ridicule concern regarding social issues, downplaying minority concerns. Just take a look, chat. Take a look. This is what NeoGAF got rid of. I know, NeoGAF has a hell of a reputation, and a lot of it's rightly deserved. But this is the cancer that had attached itself to NeoGAF and went to form its own website. This is Reset Era. So, you can see why I would suspect it. The video went up about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. And people on Twitter were very upset. There were a few key people that were very mad, some of whom were highlighted in the video, some of whom aren't just part of the furry fandom, but are a part of Reset Era. So you can take it as you will, but that would be suspect number one. A weird combination, these super, super hypersensitive fucks that are like a cross mixture. It's like a hybrid, a chimera of pussydom, of Reset Era and the furry fandom. Who do we have for suspect number two? Does Matt know? I don't know, but he is suspect number two. The Quarry King. Jarbo the Hutt. He goes by many aliases. Odin, God of Ass Pain, is another one that you might not be too familiar with. Good old Matt Mundane. This is the one that Keemstar thought did it. In fact, he outright accused him on Twitter of it. For those that don't know the backstory, I'll try to keep it brief and then go over why I think he might have done this. I was offline for a couple of weeks, a minor health thing in the hospital for a little bit. When I came back, I happened to notice that somebody had posted some funny stuff about Matt, about old videos he had done. One of them was called the Polly the Polar Bear video, in which Matt went through words of the day in a stereotypical hillbilly voice and went into some racier bits of comedy with it. So I posted it. Within me posting that clip, his old video, Polly the Polar Bear, within 6 minutes of that, Matt had pulled down the video and issued a fucking apology on Twitter. He issued a fucking apology for a polar bear puppet video from 7 years ago. I guess he was really concerned about his image because we all know, based on his social blade, he's the hot topic of the fucking internet. Now, fast forward a few hours from that happening. The Ralph Retort decides to host a stream of his, the Kill Stream. He does that every weeknight. And they were going to talk about Polly the Polar Bear because it was funny. I made a little video for Ralph, highlighting some of the things Matt's done, and then ending on a joke about Polly the Polar Bear. Now, what you need to know is he was streaming, I'd say, for maybe 10 or 15 minutes before the stream instantly went down. It was pulled down. I've seen a lot of streams get pulled, but it was within 10 seconds of the video ending and him starting to talk on the stream that it gets yanked down. Now, to me, that was pretty clear indication that this was Mundane Matt. Ralph finds a backup stream. He goes on to talk about it, and I join him. And we're talking about who we think might have done this, who would have pulled his kill stream down, who would target him. And I flat out said I believe it's Mundane Matt. I believe there's a lot of evidence that Mundane Matt engages in this behavior. He's targeted multiple people, Pʟᴇᴜs, Godwinson, just a lot of people. Anytime you'd put a video up making fun of Mundane Matt, all of a sudden, really strangely, such a coincidence, it would get pulled down damn near immediately. I mean, hell, Pʟᴇᴜs didn't just get his YouTube yanked, he got his fucking Twitter pulled too. Does that sound familiar to anybody? A couple of different accounts got pulled down because he made fun of Matt. Interesting. So we're discussing this on Ralph's second stream, and we get Mundane Matt to come on. Matt spent the next hour telling everybody how innocent he was. He's such a good boy who didn't do nothing. The Quarry King couldn't possibly have flagged those videos. He couldn't have targeted the kill stream. And he was out collecting boulders. It's a normal activity everybody engages in. That was his fucking alibi. He told us that he couldn't have flagged the stream because for the last 4 hours he had taken his 9-month-old baby with him to collect river rocks and boulders. Because that's a nighttime activity that he engages in regularly. I mean, it's a fucking retarded excuse, but that was Matt's excuse. He's on a stream being accused of taking down streams and videos, and his excuse is, I'm collecting fucking boulders and river rocks with my 9-month-old baby. So for an hour he does this. And he's got a kind of a smug demeanor, a little bit, you know, with the, you can't really prove it, right? You can't really prove that I did it, kind of thing. And about midway through the stream, about an hour, hour and a half into it, of Matt constantly denying this to all the people that are there, Zidane, who is one of the Ralph Retorts, one of Ethan's co-hosts, says, hey, you know, there's a way to show your report history. And this is where Matt goes into holy fucking shit, burn it down panic mode. Because everybody on the stream showed theirs. And they all waited. They waited and waited and waited 10 minutes, 20 minutes, damn near 30 minutes for Matt to show this. And he just wouldn't do it. He was very silent. And finally, after being pressured in front of all these people, and, you know, there were quite a few people with big channels, right? You had James Alsop on there, and I think he is, what, like 300,000 subs? Keemstar was popping in and out, and he's at, like, what, 4 million? So he had a lot of pressure on him, and then there were thousands of viewers. So there were a lot of people watching and kind of interested in this. And Matt shows his report history. And what do you know? Mundane Matt has been flagging people nonstop that make fun of him. He flagged ᴏᴜᴜsos multiple times. He flagged Andy Worski when Andy Worski made fun of him. He flagged Tonkasaw when Tonkasaw made fun of him. He made fun of Failure Hates You when Failure Hates You made fun of him. He went after clipping channels. He went after smaller channels that he would have no reason to even be aware of. Because as we found out on the stream, he had set up Google alerts to his fucking name. So if you talk shit about Mundane Matt anywhere on the internet, if you go onto a forum and say Mundane Matt and then say something negative, if you do it in this chat, if you do it on Twitter, if you make a video with his name in the title or the tags, he is instantly alerted to it and takes action against you. Hour of denial, and he got caught red-handed flagging all these people. And there's speculation that he altered it. He used inspect element. And the crazy thing about that is if he altered that page that he showed us when he was giving a screen share, it would mean that he spent 20 minutes removing his flagging history and was still left with 2 pages worth of flagging shit. But that's Matt for you. So after this happens, I spend the next couple of days and I make a video. That video is the Ballad of Mundane Matt. I think it's sitting at 500,000 views. Now, if you go look at Mundane Matt's social metrics, because he's really tied into this, don't forget, Mundane Matt's big into the internet. He wrote a fucking book about how to succeed on the internet. You can go find it on Amazon for $0 and nobody's buying it. I'm not making that up. This asshole thinks he's a social media guru, and he's tried time and time again to become a success, and so he wrote a book about it. But he's very tied into the metrics. And he lost 13,000 subs. 14,000 subs. Every single video Matt puts out, there's, you know, upwards of 1,000 or more dislikes on it. The comment section is nothing but people making boulder jokes or calling him a flagger or telling him just to fuck off and leave the internet permanently. So Matt has a really big motivation to want to get some payback. What do we got going here? If I hadn't have posted his video, he would never have gone on the live stream. If he had never gone on the live stream, he never would have got caught flagging. If he never got caught flagging, he wouldn't have lost 13,000 subscribers. I wouldn't have made a video on him. And all those people that make fun of him now constantly wouldn't be doing that. So he has a pretty fucking heavy motivation to be upset. Does he show this behavior in the past? Has he ever targeted somebody? Well, yes, he has. We can confirm that he does. He went after ᴏᴜᴜsos and lied about it. He went after Andy and Tonka and Failure and clipping channels and everybody else because they made fun of him. So imagine somebody makes a video that gets 500,000 views shit-talking him, who basically fucking ruined his career. He's got some motivation to be angry and be really, really petty about it. So that's why I'd rank him up on my list. So yeah, so Matt has a motivation, and he's shown past behavior to do that before. Matt is also, from what I understand, friends with people that are part of the Trusted Flagger program. That's what people have told me. I don't know how true it is. He's got relationships with people like, I think it's Queenie Martha and others that have some relationship with YouTube. So the Quarry King is suspect number 2. Now I've got a third suspect. This third suspect, well, how do I introduce him? He is, of course, the Trout Father. I'm talking about Kraut and Tea, or Kraut and Tears, if you will. Much like Mundane Matt, Kraut does have potential reasons for being angry with me. I made a 4-video series about his retarded gay 24-hour opping Discord spurgery, in which I laughed at how dumb it was. 2 of them were dedicated to things he had done before that, and the organization of his Discord, and just the stupid shit that he was doing. Third one was related to somebody that was in the Discord off and on, and somebody that they kind of all knew each other, related to Kilroy. And, strangely enough, by the way, Kilroy was an event that was planned by a woman that was in that Discord, and Mundane Matt was a speaker there. Anyway, and the 4th video talked about the doxing allegations that were a part of the Discord and everything else that was going on in there. Now, when you talk about coincidental timing, Kraut disappeared off the internet after those videos went live, and he was getting a bunch of backlash. And now he's back. And the weird thing about this, the thing that's very fucking strange about this, is that my channel went down, right? I'm sorry. I started getting flagged about 5 minutes before his videos went live. So my Twitter account gets suspended, Kraut's videos go up. And then after that, my YouTube account goes down. And then after that, my Facebook account gets locked. So here we have the Trout Father making his glorious return. And the guy that made fun of him in his videos for the dumb shit that he was doing mysteriously is removed from any platform where he could make more jokes about how dumb this shit is. Really gets that noggin jogging. Really coincidental timing. Now all of Trout's little friends, like David Shitrat and all the other YouTube academics, very gleefully talking shit about my accounts going down and saying how it was a tinfoil hat conspiracy. Even though, the weird thing would be David Shitrat saying that when he's basically on tape telling Kraut that he wasn't going to pass along information to SJWs to target people because he's not that scummy. So, David, if you were that close to it and you had Kraut asking you to pass along information to get people targeted and you refused to do that, why would this sound like a conspiracy to you? It sounds like you were a part of one to begin with and decided to walk away from it, huh, Dave? But, maybe the hormones are affecting your fucking mind and you can't think right and the memory is failing you. I couldn't tell you why you'd suddenly forget about that convenient little detail. So, Trout comes back and all my shit goes down on the same day. Now, I think, this is so old. The Kraut and Tea shit, it's like 6-7 months old. But he makes his return and, all this mysteriously happens on the same day. It really is quite the coincidence. Now, the interesting thing is, you could look at it one of 2 ways. Let's say Mundane Matt is really pissed off and wants some revenge. Let's say Kraut is really pissed off and wants some revenge. So Matt probably finds out that Kraut's going to release his stuff and thinks this is a perfect opportunity to take Jim down, because he'll immediately believe that Kraut's the one that did it, and I'll get the heat taken off of me. Or Kraut decides, I'm going to return now and take Jim's shit down because Mundane Matt just got caught flagging people and everybody's going to think he did it. So it's like this game of who did it, right? Like, which one of these spurgs would have been responsible? They can shift the blame onto the other one. It's the perfect fucking opportunity. It's a great window that's opened up for them on who they can target, on who they can teach a lesson to. Now, I guess a con in this situation would be Kraut would have to be just monumentally retarded to do something like this. He would have to know the amount of attention this would draw on him to come back and to flag shit and then get caught doing it. Would he be that stupid? Would he be that mentally fucking handicapped to think that that wouldn't instantly draw suspicion on him? That timing? That very bizarre timing of that window of just 10 fucking minutes? When the account goes down and all of a sudden here come the videos talking shit about all the people that had made fun of him for the Trout and Tea shit? I don't know. I really don't. That's why this is a suspect list, isn't it? I don't have any evidence for you. I can only give you what my ideas on what might be going on are. And as far as I see it, there are 3 main suspects in my mind right now. The Furry Phantom / Reset Era, because of a video that was recent and their reaction to it. Mundane Matt, the Quarry King, because of a video that was recent and his reaction to it. And Trout and T, because he just came back and he's looking for some revenge. And that revenge was in the form of videos, but maybe that expanded into another form. You know, the we can't let Jim have his say form. I don't know. In regards to Kraut, you know, I don't remember anything related to him flagging people. I know he did the shitty thing with Rage After Storm on Twitter, and I know that that fucked her up a little bit and that cost her a position. But outside of that, I don't remember hearing anything about him flagging and shutting down accounts. So you've got your 3 suspects, and that's where we are at the moment. It's a mystery, isn't it? Who did it? Who done it? Who's responsible for it? I will say this though, and I've noticed this is a common theme when any individual or group of individuals decides to fuck with somebody online. They never stay quiet about it. It might be a day, it might be a week or a month or a year, but eventually they slip up. They want to brag a little bit about it. They want to talk about what hot ops they're running. They want to get a little credit for what they've done. And so they open their dumb fucking mouth. And now occasionally that'll be in private rather than public, but they get into a fight with somebody and that somebody has a screen cap or a record of that conversation, and the fucking mystery is solved. I don't really need to hunt down who did this to find out why they did it, or what the motivation was or what group was responsible, because they'll bring themselves to me eventually. I'm very fine playing the waiting game. Maybe it'll be a fucking year, but eventually they're gonna run their mouth and I'll find out who did it. And then I get to make fun of them. I get to make fun of their ass pain, about the ass mad that they have because they can't handle a little banter on the internet. Oh my god, Jim, you're so insensitive. How could you make fun of retards? Oh, Jim, why would you make a video about that? Hypersensitive people shit up the internet so fucking much. Retards shit up the internet so fucking much. It used to be a lot more fun. You used to be able to have a lot more fun on sites like YouTube and other places because you could say whatever the fuck you wanted to say. Because everybody wasn't so up their own ass about not being made fun of. But now everybody's so fucking hypersensitive. They can't take a little bit of banter. They got to start flagging shit down, deplatforming, and doing whatever they can. So those are my 3 suspects as it stands. How will the mystery play out? What clues will emerge? Who will run their mouth eventually and ruin it for everybody and get them all caught? I don't know. But it will happen eventually. They'll just, they won't be able to help themselves. They'll have to run to social media and be like, look, I did this. And run to Discord, look, I did this. And then I'm going to get to see what kind of fucking retard they are and have a good laugh about it. Somebody said, it couldn't be Mundane Matt or Kraut, it would be too obvious. Again, it's like this weird kind of Mexican standoff where they can, it's like, it's just a good window of opportunity to place the blame on the other, right, and get away with it. So who did it? Who's more likely? And there's motivation behind why they might have done it. Matthew Hoffman, Keemstar took down your accounts, came in to save the day, and used the heat to affect Mundane Matt. It's beautifully played. But I highly doubt Keem would waste his time on that. I'd bet money on Matt Mundane before I would on Keemstar. Force them to show their report history. None of them will. I highly doubt it. Kraut might if he's put into the position, but the others probably not. Yeah, some people saying, well, do you have evidence? Do you have evidence? This isn't a fucking court of law, is it? We're on YouTube, aren't we? Oh boy, I'm giving you my gut impression. Who gives a shit? Welcome to the internet. If you want updates from me on things, again, you can ask my good friend on his Twitter account, which is not mine, mind you. It's somebody totally different. Totally fucking different. Not me at all. And that would be Mr. Anti-Bully on Twitter. Mr. Anti-Bully on Twitter has put up a poll. Whodunit, Furries, Reset Era, Matt or Kraut? Feel free to vote on that. Oh, I should talk about the buying sub shit. Okay, you know what? I'll go into that. Let's pull up Mundane Matt's Social Blade. And you can take a look at the fucking progression of this. Okay. Alright, so this is Mundane Matt's Social Blade. And the second number at the top there, that date, August 9th, that's when the Pulley the Polar Bear video was found. That's when the kill stream that he gets exposed happens. That's when everything really starts to go downhill. Just take a look at this shit. It goes from 95 loss to 300 loss to 600 loss. Now this is, I forgot to bring this up, but this is interesting too. On August 12th, Ethan Van Sciver, right, the Comicsgate guys, I'm pretty sure that's when he put his video out about Mundane Matt. And one of the things he brings up in that is he made a video basically talking badly about Matt because Matt was targeting them. And all of a sudden his shit gets age restricted. Again, really suspicious. When you make fun of Matt, your videos get taken down or flagged or put into to timeout, essentially. So the dislike, the unsub numbers really shoot up. It goes up to 1,200, and then 1,700, and then I put my video out on the night of the 13th, and he's at 2,300 lost, 1,300 lost, 800 lost, 1,000 lost. More people are putting videos up. Everybody's finding out what Matt's doing. And then, very strangely, scroll down just a little bit. Very strangely, he has a positive gain. And if I could bring up the actual timeline, you would see that he got like 500 subs within 10 minutes. And people were like, holy shit, he's buying subs. But at the time, it didn't really matter, did it? Because the very next day, he lost 800 subs, then 400 subs. And then all of a sudden, on Saturday the 25th, Mundane Matt mysteriously gains 3,000 subs within the span of a few hours. Now, if you look at, in fact, I think I can pull it up. Oh, no, I can't. If you looked at Matt's metrics and you looked at how many subs that he was making per month, he's never, like the last 7 or 8 months, he never had hit 3,000 subs in a month. But in 2 hours, he gained 3,000 subs. So I think he's freaking out, and he doesn't want to lose that 150 mark. That 150, the 150,000 subscribers, I think scares the shit out of Matt if he ever drops below that. But even after buying 3,000 fucking subs, he's almost back there again. He's sitting at 150,034. Have you seen the autistic card game Matt made? Yes, I have seen the autistic card game Matt made. And if you look at his really old videos, he was so proud of it, he framed it on the wall, and then he replaced it with a video of him crying while he put his YouTube plaque up. Jim, maybe you publicly embarrassed a journo, and we just saw the media conglomerate successfully lean on these platforms to get rid of people. Well, I will say this. I mean, if you want to talk about suspects, I was talking about doing a video about, because you're talking about social pressure on platforms. I was talking about doing a video on some of the recent things that have been happening. BitChute was informed by Stripe, which is a payment service on the internet. You've probably run into it if you use Patreon or other sites. That financial partners of Stripe didn't want to do business with BitChute because of their content. Patreon put out a statement recently about having to remove somebody's Patreon account because MasterCard told them to get rid of it. So, I got curious in thinking, maybe some of the hardcore censorship we see on certain sites, on payment processors and on social media, isn't necessarily just a bunch of crazy hypersensitive SJWs. Maybe these are the small guys getting shit on by larger back-end financial institutions. So I was starting to dig into that. So if you want to talk about getting leaned on, maybe there's a motivation there. Six Hacks and Hammer in the chat. Utilize Minds, Gab, BitChute, and Steemit. I've used Minds. Very functional. It's it's got its own shit built into it. Minds works great. I have a Gab account. It's an alternative to Twitter. BitChute I haven't used yet, but it looks really good. They've got their UI down pat, and people seem to like it. I think BitChute really has an opportunity to do something big if they're not fucked with by these back-end financial institutions. I've got some hope for BitChute. But I mean, I was hopeful about VidMe as well. And Steemit, that one I don't know. I'm unfamiliar with that one. Fuck you, Google. I think it was Matt now. I just dipped to check out his channel. We need to watch the first minute or so of his latest video. Okay, I will oblige you.
My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the motherfucking Mundane Matt Show. Today is the 28th of August, 2018. And man, you know what? I want a slow day, goddammit. I want a slow day. I just want a day where not a lot goes on. I can cover my stories. I can hang out with my kid. I can have good times. But no, the world doesn't work that way. The world is always trying to find interesting ways to tell you fucked up shit. And this, of course, today, Jesus, is no damn different. It's no damn different. First things first, there were some accusations made against me last night in regards to some persons having their accounts taken down. False. Fake news. Wasn't me. End of story. Moving on. Not going to address it again. But there's a...
It's me, guys. Isn't that funny? Oh, your account got taken down. Giggles. I'm just giggling over here. I'm just Mundane Matt, Monday, the Boulder King, the Quarry King. Just having a little bit of a giggle, having a little bit of laugh. Wasn't me. Not going to address it. That's false. I never flagged anybody, even though I got caught red-handed doing it. It wasn't me. I don't know, Matt. Seems a little bit suspicious. You want to show us that flag history again there, champ? You want to pull that one up, you fucking cunt? Yeah, that nervous laughter. He did that during the fucking stream, too. Oh, yeah, no, he didn't do it. Not him. Fake news. Fake news, everybody. I haven't already destroyed my career doing this once. I would never do it again. I don't know what you're talking about. Fake news. It's fake news. Little Mr. Giggles over here telling everybody about the fake news. Yeah. I don't know. Does that push it more towards Jarbo the Hutt? Are we thinking maybe that's more likely that Jarbo did it? Boulder King didn't do nothing. He's a good boy. He's innocent. I'm just going to address it. Wouldn't even say my name. Wouldn't even say what the accusation was. This is a guy that runs a drama channel that talks about drama that doesn't want to talk about drama. Interesting. Matt doesn't want to talk about that piece of the news cycle. Interesting. Okay, Quarry King. If my account goes down again, you can get updates. Places like Minds. I've got a Minds account on Gab or on Patreon. Facebook will be unlocked in 3 days, so I think that'll be fine. Twitter's gone forever. And the YouTube channel is back up and kicking again. Thank you, Keemstar, and whoever was at YouTube that took the time to look at it and see that the videos weren't in violation of anything. Again, thanks everybody for coming out. We'll have to see how it plays out. But they're your suspects. Let me throw up their mugshots one more time. You got the furries. Reset era. Potential suspect. You got the Quarry King himself, Matt Mundane. And you've got the Trout Father, Crouton T. Which one of them did it? I mean, we'll never know. We'll never know until information breaks and evidence comes out. But right now, my account's back up, so I can keep doing videos. I'll have a new one up in the next couple of days, probably Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday at the latest. And yeah, there you go. Thanks, guys, for coming out. Have a good evening. Take it easy, guys.